All right, welcome back to Resident Evil Requiem.
In media res, just like I like my LB episodes. Jumping right in.
Now that we've gotten the square,
Please work.
I've already forgotten the what it's called. It's not the square crank, but
thankfully we'll see her in a second. Another visit to the square crank zone in a Resident Evil game.
It's the square peg that we're putting in the round hole.
Oh, like that
Can
TikTok.
we appreciate that please work? That was good.
The socket wrench, the square socket wrench. Now that we've got the square socket wrench, we can open up this thing and we can power up this area, which takes 2 fucking joint plugs.
Going back to what Liquidy just said, you are so right. I've never thrown a Molotov, and probably neither has Grace. Probably. They don't do that in FBI training. So she was probably actually hoping that would work like the movies.
Yeah, it's so good. Good thing you stopped.
Is that a river of blood?
You know, we've already talked about, multiple ways that this game has been influenced by the work of Remedy. But I think we're missing perhaps the most obvious connection, which is that this is a game where we're splitting our time between 2 protagonists. One of them is a woman who works for the FBI, and her gameplay fits more traditional survival horror. And the other character is a returning older male protagonist who plays more like action horror and has corny, terrible one-liners.
Oh my god. I actually hadn't really thought about it. I had thought about it as a joke when you said it earlier. But not as a joke. You're actually right. There's a lot of Remedy influence in this in a literal sense. Weird. Well, not that weird, because it's a killer game that won all the awards.
It really has come full circle, considering how much Alan Wake 2 specifically was influenced by RE2 remake.
Yeah, you were so right about that. It's come full circle, especially now in this part of the game. I totally feel it. Can I say, it's so lucky that guy died on the railing so we don't have to go swimming.
Yeah.
Imagine if she had to jump in there and go fishing for that shit.
Anyway, our 3rd joint plug is over here, but if we take it, we cannot leave. So we're just gonna have to come back for it.
See, you are braver than me. You're braver than me. There are many ways to... Is that a hip pouch?
That is a hip pouch.
Fuck what I was saying.
Also, don't fall in. There are procedures if you fall into the goop.
By procedures, you mean you have to solve a complicated themed puzzle in order to get out, because this is the Resident Evil universe.
No, it seems like the procedure is gumbo.
I'm so glad we got a map now.
Oh, I thought you said the procedure was Gumby for a second.
Well, you might also become that before your limbs come apart, yeah. That's a huge grinder. And I mentioned The Evil Within, Shinji Mikami. Shinji Mikami was basically where this series got its start. And The Evil Within really is like a Resident Evil grindhouse game in a lot of ways. And I feel like this game actually does have some intentional references to that game. There's one later on so striking that it is a set piece directly from The Evil Within 1. Very far in this game. And I think it's an homage. This area's horrible, illogical feel, the dreamlike feel, as soon as we jumped into the fucking David Lynch nightmare zone!
Hello. There are very few grindhouse games specifically. Like there's House of the Dead Overkill. There's Wet. Those are the only 2 I can think of. Maybe there's a few others, like some smaller indie ones.
God, you're so right. That's a genre I really want more of, completely. And I just want to ask you guys, as villagers, RE villagers, did those fans terrify you having to crawl through them? I got Heisenberg vibes from those fans.
You know,
Villager.
honestly, like, I think going through Heisenberg's factory desensitized me to those fans.
Villagers, the
enough.
Resident Evil 8 equivalent of Bayonetter.
Also, speaking of those fans, I just want to mention that, like, if you're playing in 3rd person, the camera gets real up in Grace's ass if you when you go into those fans.
She's wearing some tight jeans, and they let you know.
It is so funny to me that the biggest impact Bayonetta 3 has made on popular culture is when Helena Taylor tried to claim that she had been shafted for money for voice acting and then invented the term bayonutter to describe the fan base.
I forgot she did that. Oh, man.
This seems like a great time.
Like, it was that 1 in 1,000 situation where a woman claiming that she was being mistreated was actually lying. Like, you should believe them most of the time. You really should.
What the fuck?
Well, Helena was not helping the others.
What the fuck, man? Oh, Mr. X, or rather Miss X, has us fucking cornered here.
She didn't like my comment earlier, I don't think.
I did not know this could happen. I assumed she couldn't come in here, but I never tried it.
She can't. She can't come in here, but if she is standing outside, Grace will actually not be able to open the door, which I think is really funny.
I mean, I think she actually is able to open the door. It's a
that
thing.
No. That was me like pushing pushing right up on the door.
Oh, Argate in gameplay, I'm certain it becomes a hard wall, but I think it's a psychological thing for Grace to pursue.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Yeah, like you're pushing forward, but Grace is like, the fuck are you thinking, dude? No.
So was it just during that one earlier scripted save room where the girl tries to come in and gets burned by the light? Not something that can happen dynamically?
No, that was not scripted. That does happen.
Oh, okay.
Also, just demonstrating that, like, if we were to shoot the girl with the Requiem, she does get stunned, which is kind of important to get by here.
Handy.
I threw a Molotov at her here, and the lines that Grace has when you're throwing a Molotov are all so good, because they're all full of hope and prayer.
Oh my god.
Anyway, welcome to the processing plant.
Welcome everybody to Space Mountain. We turned on the ride's lights on this episode of Defunct Land, and I hope you enjoy.
Oh, so those meat bags are all animatronics then?
See,
Yeah.
We know that.
They're incredibly realistic.
they are good actors, aren't they?
Whatever Imagineer designed these deserves a raise.
Oh god, I really don't want to go in there.
They're just really dedicated cast members. The minimum wage that they're making is worth it for the experience of being in Victor Gideon's torture dungeon. I love that motherfucker, this motherfucker that just flops out when you're in this arena of bodies. Argate, this room took me an embarrassing amount of time to get through. How about you?
The first time it did also take me a little bit because I was a little rattled by all the bodies.
The
say?
gimmick of this room is fantastic. There are spaces fit for two, but you want to be careful not to walk into one occupied by a zombie, because those dudes really are good actors, honestly.
Also, how dare you find a gap that has two bagged bodies? I've never seen that before.
Seriously, you got so lucky, you motherfucker.
I feel like there's a joke here about how linear action games can feel like conveyor belts.
We are on the roller coaster, aren't we? This sequence is cool because it's like a funnel that brings you back into the linearity after the power plug thing. And it's like, I have a question for you. Yeah, bro, I'm with that zombie. That was what I was about to say.
Why is happening?
You know, everyone says what's happening, but no one really asks why is happening.
I mean, yeah, I've never really thought to ask why it's happening.
What are you, Seamus? With you, it's just banger after banger. Dude, this is where I noticed, by the way, the zombies' chat pants.
Here, like, we need to make up for finding the gap with two bagged bodies. I'm just gonna walk in between two unbagged bodies.
Hey, is it just me, or like, do you guys feel like standing in here for like, I don't know, 15 minutes or so?
No, I can't say I do.
I could use a cigarette break, actually. What about you, dude?
If I smoked.
That's the thing is, Leon S. Kennedy doesn't smoke, but I bet he can really down a bottle of Henny. The Chris Redfield school of compensation for the tragedy you've experienced.
Well, you know what you do in this scenario is you tell your employers you smoke so you can take smoke breaks, but then you don't actually smoke on your smoke break.
Oh my fucking god. I really wish I'd thought of that before I turned 30. You're so right. Oh my god, because now no one will buy that. No one's gonna buy that. They know I'm on the shitter playing on my phone. Oh man. I love this set piece. One of my favorites in the whole game, this room, because it's so ominous. Look at the bodies dropping in there like they're going in a dumpster. Like,
Yeah, it is quite the sight.
well, it's brilliant because they already told us what this does. They already told us that we're going to have to drain it to get through here. And then you're like, well, thank God I can just leave, right?
Well, about that.
This is my shocked face seeing all those bodies down there. I bet every single one of those is going to turn to a blister head.
Well, the thing is, they might have already been drained of all their fluids. We might be standing in them.
Yeah.
We did drain a bunch of fluids just now, yeah. Oh no, the ladder.
Did she just say, wait, what?
Fluid drainage complete. Processing will now begin.
Whoa. Processing. Shit, no! No, no!
You're right.
So yeah, welcome to the processing belt. If you end up at the other end of this conveyor belt, you will fucking die.
Wait.
The death animation is horrifying.
Wait, why? Why's that, Argate?
You
die?
get tickled to death. It's very painful, not nearly as pleasant as it sounds.
This set
no.
This set piece is dark chuckle levels of fun. I have been one moment from the grinder. It was actually that guy who was just kicking his little legs as he stands up. If you're near him, he'll grab you. And indeed, Argate, back up, you idiot! What have you done, you fool?
So
Why
is
are
there
you
like a
getting
hitbox?
It's
grabbing
okay, it's okay. We're fine, we're fine. I lost the knife, but it's okay. The knife's just gonna hang out like maybe a foot before the grinder.
This is the one conveyor belt in RE5 that actually has zombie enemies in it. And they're not just Majidi.
If only we had to take cover from an ump in the midst of all of this. That would make it even better. Oh, look, just like RE5, there's a big fat black guy to suplex us.
Well, there's a clip to take out of context.
That's one of my favorite animations in that game, is that enemy type does a belly suplex on you. Ooh. Argate, you are so brave picking up the ammo on the edge of the man masher.
That was not ammo. That was me reclaiming my spent knives.
It stopped. Finally stopped. Thank God.
But yeah, this set piece scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's so good.
When you got grabbed an inch from the grinder, I mean, I thought it was over. I thought you were about to have forgotten to edit out another death on us, dude. You put that in earlier just to scare us.
Now to free Emily and get out of this place.
Do you think that
Don't worry.
narrating what they're doing and what they've just done is that a learned behavior of video game protagonists, or do they have to train themselves to do it?
She just watched a lot of Let's Plays. See, there's a tweet, I believe, that you found, Englishman, about Grace.
Yes. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to bring that up. So
A meme that
one of the
exploded.
few things, So one of the few things I knew about Requiem going in was that there was that particular character render of Grace as a teenager and all the jokes that were made by it.
Oh, I got in my mouth.
Just perfect. No notes. That's an excellent joke.
And hey, CJ, speaking of the evil within,
Why? I do love a good dip in a pool of jelly, don't you? Oh,
All we're missing is a psychic hooded teenager.
at least we don't have open wounds this time.
the psychic
That's a
teenager
good
was
point.
already in 7. We've already dealt with the psychic teenager. I love this
All right,
because
well-
consider for a moment everything that led up to this little collection pit. Literally, we watched dozens of bodies get mulched to make what is, I feel, a presumably little pool. They filtered out
How
so
was she
much
extracting
shit.
that when? How was she extracting that when half of the goo went through the grate?
That's what I'm
Don't ask
saying,
questions.
man. That's what I'm saying.
It's the viscera that got left that didn't fall through the grate.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
This game's philosophy when it comes to the virus and testing the virus reminds me of the shitty movies, where in the movies they have an entire facility with clones of Alice and the other characters playing through entire Resident Evil films over and over to test if the virus is effective and see if they will survive. This reminds me of that level of purposeful inefficiency where it's like, no one is going to care if these people go missing. Why not? Why not put them into soup? Why not? I bet they're so tasty in soup.
Do you think there's like at least one employee at Capcom who's really pushing to get Alice into the main canonical Resident Evil games?
I hope they succeed. That bitch is awesome.
All right, well, I do not have any more resources to make things with, so we're just going to have to leave 10 blood down there.
No!
Don't you love that resupply?
My dime of blood!
I hate penny of blood.
Oh, God, blow his arm off.
Your left hand comes off. I like that you immolated that guy, but that wasn't enough to stop the blister head. If anything, the fire probably made him blister more, Argate.
Oh my god, you're probably right.
Clothes. The piles of clothes tell such a horrible story. These aren't people that were inmates at this place. They came here because they needed a flu shot. And then Victor Gideon was like, hey, I'll give you the best flu shot you've ever had. And they're like, wow, I feel fantastic. Where are we going?
I can trust this man. He's got a lab coat.
Oh,
Hey, I
Officer
remember
Deputy!
you from last video.
I've missed him so much. Officer Deputy may be my favorite meme of your Let's Plays.
Just as a quick aside, if you can shoot him through the bars before he wakes up, and if you kill him, you actually cannot get what's in his cell.
Yes, I had that happen.
All of this could have been avoided if you just given Ethan your gun.
A fucking pocket knife. This is what you get, Officer Deputy.
Hey, that pocket knife had infinite durability. Maybe we shouldn't be sleeping on that.
That's actually true.
We do want what's in his cell because he has an empty injector, which we need to make, another power up.
God, I didn't get the achievement and now I know where I was missing one. It's because I killed that guy through the bars out of paranoia.
The face in hands is audible, and I love it.
Same.
We were talking earlier about intentionally lowering the quality of our voices for a bit in one of these episodes. I guess that's the closest we'll get.
Okay, so now we got to go collect our joint plugs again so we can go open the door or turn on the power. I'm just gonna be a little careful here because
What's that clanging?
we've all played these games. We know what's coming.
I hear the jingling of shackles.
And possibly the
Musical
jangling.
players. Well, jingle jangle. Is she really all that merry? Look at her, she looks miserable.
So what I like to do is, after taking the plug out, I will immediately put it back in so she falls into a well-lit room.
You're so much smarter than me. I had the far
Same.
central room open, so I just ran for it. That's brilliant, Argate.
The first 2 times I played this though, I got Goomba stomped.
Oh, she
I
landed
kept
on
trying to run. Yeah, I kept trying to run for the this little tunnel, but she kept. But you cannot outrun her.
That's really good.
God, how much damage does that do?
Not a lot, but I
Quite a
bet it's
bit.
embarrassing. More to your pride.
Yeah,
just wanna
the
point
pride
something out.
damage is enough.
Before we put the plugs in, there's a zombie that's about to speak up. The other one that's in a cell. He's not talking too loud right now. He's gonna say something really funny when we run by. And I just want you to be prepared for it while we retrieve our girl, not the girl, our girl. Emily's had such a peaceful nap.
Somehow.
I'm gonna keep calling her Amy.
It's me! It's me! It's Grace! It's Grace! Calm down. Grace? Yeah. We gotta get out of here. Hold on tight. I'm scared. Why is it so loud? It's gonna be okay. Just don't let go. Come on. Come on.
There it was!
It's just putting you
He
down.
wants the noise to stop. He's like, please hit the button. Shut that thing off.
All right. Oh no, here she is.
My friend, we were saved by the umbrella sandbags. How about that?
Oh, yeah! Come on! Go faster! Grace? Are you hurt? I'm okay. That's good. Good, Emily. What's going on? Hurry! Go!
I did briefly imagine a world where you faded out before it revealed her foot was fine.
Or you, the viewer, can stop at that moment. Go back, replay it, and just stop it and pretend it's a cliffhanger. This is the interactive portion of the LP.